This is probably how you play Interception. But what if I told you you're actively making the mission harder, and there's an easier way to beat Interception, which can even be faster? A lot of people play Interception like this. They go straight for the first point, capture it, go to the second point, capture it, kill some enemies on the way, and then the same for the other 2 points. Then they camp on one of the points and move around killing enemies to keep the points. And that's just wrong. You see, the main reason that Interception can be a challenge is that enemies just keep coming. Obviously. But what if I told you there is a way to completely stop enemy spawns? Yes, you heard that right. Watch this. Do you see any new enemies showing up? The reason no new enemies are showing up is the fact that this mission type has a relatively tiny enemy spawn cap in base missions and only a medium one in Steel Path. Basically, if you don't kill any of the existing enemies, there won't be any new ones. And by killing them, you're simply causing more to spawn, thus you're not helping at all if you're killing enemies in an Interception. And that goes for your companion as well, so make sure to unequip your pet or remove your sentinel's weapon. Some of you are wondering how to stop enemies from capturing towers if you can't kill them. And the answer is simple: hard CC. Any frame that can perpetually keep enemies in a hard CC state will almost be capable of going AFK while beating an Interception mission. Some solid examples of this are Limbo and Vauban, with Ivara and Equinox being honorable mentions. And remember, if you're going for this strat, do not go public. The best scenario is to be solo, because having more people will make your point capture slower, and your teammates most likely will not play along with your strat and kill enemies, making this mission a pain. And yes, this will work even in Steel Path if you know what you're doing. But I wouldn't recommend going past 1 round in SP with this strategy, because there is a good chance the Acolyte will straight up kill you. Given the fact that Acolytes are immune to these CC abilities. Let's start with Limbo. This mathematical space wizard is perfect for Grineer and infested missions where you won't find any nullifiers. To completely conquer Interception with him, all you have to do is to put all enemies in the rift with your 1 or 4 and keep stasis active. And after that, cast your Rift Surge on all enemies for an automatic recast of your 1. With this strategy, you could be watching YouTube videos on your second monitor and beating an Interception mission at the same time. Just don't forget to kill enemies at the end of the round. There is one more thing you should be careful about, and that would be Eximus enemies. But worry not, if you're not killing any enemies, new ones will not spawn, and this includes Eximus units. All you have to do is to strip their overguard and they effectively become normal enemies. I do say don't kill enemies, but you might have to kill some enemies on the point to be capable of capturing it, and that's unavoidable. Same goes for enemies that have reached the console and are trying to capture it. Here's the build that I've used many times for Interception, feel free to try it out. It's a lot of fun. Now let's talk Vauban. Vauban is far less invincible, but he can take on nullifiers just fine. With Vauban, you just drop Bastilles on 4 points and then just wait for any Eximus to show up so you can remove their overguard. After that, it's just a simple cycle of recasting them when they run out. So having a lot of duration on the build is key. Another thing that also helps a lot is having Protea's Dispensary on him, because that fixes any energy problems. Here's a build you could try. However, most likely you don't have an Arcane Energize, so this build might be too low energy for you. If you tried and it was low energy, then swap Augur Reach for Streamline and you'll be good. Just a little side note about Ivara and Equinox. They mostly rely on putting everything to sleep and they are pretty decent, but I prefer less button mashing, so that's why I went with Limbo and Vauban. And that's all I had for today. I'll get back to coding since Min-Maxer's Dream is very damn close to being beta ready and I'm quite excited. So I'll see you guys next time, and bye bye!